Video, Yle News On this week's APN we discuss the global. Our guest is Stockholm-based media and film researcher Anu Koivunen, who has had an insider's view of the ways Our discussion with Koivunen began with a look at reporting by Yle's Sara Rigatelli on the Rigatelli uncovered allegations of sexual harassment against film director and professor of film studies Lauri Torhanen, and was the first journalist in Finland to name him. Researcher Koivunen looks at the similarities and differences between reporting on the She also takes aim at politicians during a discussion on a Twitter exchange between SDP MP Timo Harakka and Yle editor-in-chief Jouko Jokinen, over what Harakka saw as Yle's lack of television coverage of a meeting of Capital Region municipal leaders that was critical of the government's social and healthcare reform program. Koivunen's advice for politicians is to steer clear of the temptation to score political points by attacking public service media. We also head into the woods to talk to Australian transplant Mark Lee, who's been running in Finnish forests ever since he moved north a few years ago. This week's news roundup takes a glance at Finland's placement in a European ranking on human rights of sexual minorities, which improved slightly from the previous year. The University of Helsinki has received a flood of applications for a free online artificial intelligence course the institution created along with tech consulting firm Rigatelli. The course has no prerequisites and is available to anyone in the world. In politics, Social Democratic Party chair Antti Rinne said on Wednesday that his left-leaning party wants to shift the emphasis in taxation towards property and ownership and away from income. In policy news, job opportunities are increasing for immigrants in Finland as officials ease restrictions on the types of work where EU and EEA citizens are given priority. Helsinki's top cop will be sidelined at half-pay for at least several months over his handling of a corruption case in the Helsinki drug squad. He faces trial next autumn. In an evolving, hybrid politics education story, the University of Jyväskylä has announced plans for a new preliminary investigation into Finns party MP Laura Huhtasaari's master's thesis which, due to fresh allegations of plagiarism, has again been called into question. Medieval ruins found under a gym at an upper secondary school in Turku will open to public tours next month. The ruins were buried in the wake of a great fire in September 1827 that destroyed 75% of the city. If you have any questions or would like to share something on your mind, just contact us via WhatsApp on 358-44-421-0909, on our Facebook page or Twitter account, or at yle.news@yle.fi. The All Points North podcast is a weekly look at what's going on in Finland. Subscribe via iTunes, and leave a review. Listen on Spotify and Yle Arena or find it on your favorite podcatching app or via our RSS feed. This week's show was presented by Egan Richardson and Denise Wall with guest Anu Koivunen. The show's producer and reporter was Mark B. Odom and this week's sound technician was Laura Coso. 14, 17, 12, 43, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5, 18.5. Finland's Minister of Agriculture and Forestry Jari Leppä let go of special advisor Satu Marja-Tenhialle in March. She has now come forward to say that Leppä is unlike educated women. National Coalition Party MP Susanna Koski said, "Listen, we all have limitations," to an unemployed woman with several debilitating illnesses on TV this week, setting off a political firestorm. Nearly a quarter of the €170 million cost of Helsinki's new children's hospital was raised through a public fund drive. Packages of chicken labeled as kebab meat actually include cheese, which may cause an allergic reaction to some. Instability has grown in the housing market thanks in part to increasing numbers of foreign investors, says the mortgage lender Hypo. 30 to 36 video 14 17 12 43 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 18.5 17.5 17.5 17.5 17.5 17.5 17.5 16.5 16.5 16.5 16.5 16.5 16.5 16.5 16.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 15.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 14.5, 13.5, 13.5, 13.5, 13.5, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5, 12.5.